pressure Navi in the big team fight, so they are kind of double downing on this laning phase presence. There's Ursa plus Jakiro into the Beastmaster. If you quickly kill the board and get on top, you do have some kill potential.
I also like that you can see the Nigma versus Alliance series still impacting the rest of the scene, because any game I've seen Sluck banned, a Bat ban was immediately followed up by the side that didn't have the pick out of the face.
Do you
think they
Instant
land on
Instant.
later?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll make it much easier for them to defend towers, obviously. You can be the frontliner. He's going to need a pipe. He might need 2 pipes this game, but he can frontline.
10 seconds.
It's like one of those games where you get so happy when you drop another shawl from neutral items. You're like, oh, yes, I can survive the burst.
All the magic damage.
They don't have much time left to pick, really, but the underlord covers from the illusions, and okay, they go for the morphing.
Choose your
But
hero.
it gives them the win condition, but the key thing here is
Earthshaker, dude.
yeah, it's Morph Shaker, but you have to also think about the timing that Monaco has. If they are able to come out in the laning phase, Ursa does rip through the Morphling pre, 2 or 3 items. So there is a timing for Monaco to play around, but the simplicity of Navi's draft, the laning pressure that they have, and the innate tankiness in big team fights, it kind of cushions that Morphling as well. So yeah, a lot of pressure on Monaco.
They gotta perform.
Exactly. That's key.
Morph Shaker gets first 2'd when available by a bunch of teams in SCA and China. There's a reason for that. Ursa needs to be in a position where you just have total map dominance plus a Battle Fury at like 18 minutes. And you're just running around the map, choking them out. And even that might not be enough. I saw TNC defend with a 35k gold disadvantage pre-30 minutes because Morph Shaker, shards, etc.
Yeah, it is very strong. Is it strong enough here, Purge, to take the first game? What do you got for this one?
I like the Morphling as well, outside of the combo. Just I think it lanes okay against Underlord. Obviously the damage reduction later can be an issue, but I think Navi's whole draft together looks a lot more clean and easy to execute than AS Monaco Gambit.
All right, thank you very much. We'll come back to you at the end of the game. T?
I think if AS Monaco Gambit can play well in that laning phase and collapse map quickly, they do have the answers to a Morphling. It's just how well does the laning phase go, especially if the Underlord into Morphling doesn't really do much. And if the Beastmaster has a good time, suddenly all those timings shift and it's really hard to play around. But that first Roshan is theirs to play for. That quick 15-20 minute timing is theirs to play for. So if they can, then I could see them doing it, but it's very hard uphill battle for them.
Is there any kind of benchmark, Borg? You say the first Roshan is going to be one that AS Monaco Gambit should have?
Yeah, it cushions their ability to take that big team fight that they're kind of inferior in the matchup, and then that alone should maybe pressure the tier 3s after. But no first Rosh, then game's going to be really, really hard.
All right, let's find out what's going to happen here in the first game of this best of 3 series. It's time to head over to a commentary team of Cap and Fog.
That's right. It's going to be, I think, a pretty fun series. Navi and AS Monaco Gambit. Fogged, fortunately, I can't see you, which is a disappointment on Valentine's Day. But how are you feeling about this?
It looks fun. Looks like a lot of battling that's probably going to partake, because I do believe that Monaco is going to have to really fight alive in the early game in order to keep themselves in a nice, advantageous spot, because I feel like if they let up at all, we're going to see this Earthshaker, this Morphling, this really heavy team fight lineup with the win condition probably just take the game. I think they really have to kick up the pace on AS Monaco Gambit.
Well, let's go ahead and get into the game as quick as we can, because I believe we are going to be having some 5-man smoke action. We're probably going to have maybe a first blood, depending on what happens here. 5-man movement from AS Monaco Gambit. They 5-man smoked into the enemy triangle. Looks like Navi saw it coming. Well positioned to be able to pop the smoke.
30 seconds to battle.
They were actually, so little fun stuff is I was watching them having their little talks in the lobby before the game does start. Both of them, of course, lots of history between them, and especially with Noah and Always Want to Fly and those guys in general and all that. So they're all chatting. They're talking about Earthshaker before the game, saying how broken it is.
Yeah.
And then they get up for, first pick Earthshaker comes out in the game for Navi. So,
well,
but they're in a good spot.
You've only got yourself to blame if you're not willing to ban it. So
yeah.
The battle begins.
How this goes. Earthshaker Beast. I don't think I've actually seen this combo of late very often, but it does make a lot of sense. I mean, Beastmaster, his weakest point is level 1 and 2. Being able to have this Fisher block at the very start can definitely do a lot for
Yeah, definitely. Ursa's going to be able to get some stuff out of this, but General's going to get a really nice lane for himself. Even though he's versus a Jakiro, which is one of the better heroes, like your Witch Doctors, your TMs, your Enchantresses, this is one of the better ones to actually be versus Beastmaster, but Earthshaker breaks that, so it's going to be a good lane for that Beastmaster. Does have to be careful. They can get killed quite a bit from these two. Dream as well as Seneko, they can punish pretty heavily as long as they're persistent, killing the boars. But yeah, lane positioning should just be fine for General.
Iceberg versus no one in the mid lane matchup. No one. Looking forward to seeing him back in the mid lane again.
Yeah.
Feels like it's been a minute.
It feels like it's been I feel like I haven't seen him in such a long time, actually. I don't think I've gotten a chance to cover ISM at all, really. So far in the circuit, at least. I think I got to do one game of them, but besides that, it's been pretty limited. So I'm excited to see what they're going to be able to do, because Dream's been really impressive for me overall in his carry.
Yours.
And it does look like he's gonna have a pretty tough game ahead of him.
Yeah, it certainly feels like I don't know. What do you think about this trade up? Because I feel like the storyline is, like, no one's just a better player. Like, of course this is great, but I've heard from multiple players, and you never really know what a player brings to the table until gone.
Yeah,
it's like there are certain things about the play style. It's not just all about skill. How a team.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. There is a lot of cool stuff too, where I think he has such a big hero pool. I think this is like those perfect type of patches for him. So I'm always looking forward to this. I think he's obviously just gonna get forced on puck most of these games, but I feel like it's always fun to get to watch no one at least open up and be able to play more heroes and just get stuck on all those play.
And our bottom lane is what? Nyx Assassin, Underlord. That doesn't feel like a super fun lane.
No, definitely not. Morphling, I feel like they picked this Morphling last pick for V2 because it just looks like an overall pretty free Morphling game. The only thing he has to really worry about this game is no one. And if no one's game gets shut down at all on this puck, then he's perfectly fine. And they do have ways to deal with that puck, because Earthshaker in most situations can just be enough. Chain stun.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially since you have good amount of follow-up. I mean, you've got the point-and-click stun of Primal Roar. You've got the potential. If you can get the shard, I'm sure it's pretty easy for you to be able to Fissure into an Enchant Totem Aftershock stun into a Torrent, and then that'll be like a 0 pretty.
Oh, absolutely.
Dire's courier has been
I think I'll be pretty worried if I don't see ASM just kind of dominating at that 20-minute mark when it does hit. If the shard comes out and I see Navi in like a good position, like 2K, 3K, like something like that, net worth advantage, I think it's going to be a really tough game for Monaco. They're really under the gun to stay ahead, get ahead and stay ahead in this game.
Well, this is where the top lane's going to start getting hard. We've got level 2-4, so Seneko can't deal with it very easily. Dream is going to have some in general with this lane. In fact, he's going to make a run for his ring health because he knows how badly he needs that extra bit of regen. Going to be in an awkward position, though. Roger's just going to keep his distance, kind of keep him zoned down potentially. He's going to throw Fissure. General's cutting across. I'm surprised they didn't really go on him with the board to try and get him damage, but seems like you talked about how important the mid lane matchup is potentially. He really wanted to be there.
Yeah, I think if you shut down no one in this game, the V-Tune's just going to have the most free Morphling game ever. So I think that's the right choice, just checking that out. General's already getting a good amount top anyway. Sure, they're not killing the Ursa, but that lane's not going well. Ursa's farming, but unlike CM and Witch Doctor, where you literally address the core, Jakiro is not the same. He's very slow. You see 230 movement speed when he's getting hit by these boards. Neko's very dead here.
Yeah, and they're going to get the first blood onto Roger. At the same time, just before the first blood was claimed, they actually managed to kill Always Want to Fly.
How did Always Want to Fly die down there? Seems like a pretty tough lane. Must have just eaten a little bit too much harassment. Maybe got caught before he gets a dive out. Not sure. Stakes, but he's securing the farm for Morphling, who, as we see, all the way at the top there, 26-13 to the 16-2 of the Underlord. He's fine with it as Always Want to Fly dies and brings him his items.
Of course, Always Want to Fly probably has the longest hit here in Dota. They were kind of touching that on the panel. He started off in like 2011 with the retry.
Yeah.
That was, of course, long before Phoenix came to Dota 2. Just in
I thought you were gonna say this guy has a long history of dying.
Well,
I was gonna be Jesus, Cap.
it goes hand in hand. When you play 5 position for a really long time, you're naturally going to rack up some deaths. In fact, I would love to see the stats on what player has the most deaths in professional matches across their career.
Highlight die.
Highlight die? Yeah, that's got to be
I would raise that right there.
Yeah.
Pi very sacrificial.
Always Want to Fly has definitely got to be up there. I'm sure the legendary captains of Kuro and Puppy are probably, close to that top 10, if not in it.
Yep. Seeing Iceberg playing a little bit cautious in the mid lane, getting his stack. I think he's expecting this rotation. They also had a ward watching immersion, so we'll see the runes checked out. Full spawn down toward bottom. With DD. Very nice if no one's able to get that. With the DD, they can actually set up for some kills. It looks like it's a race, though.
Iceberg, he doesn't want to let him get a second power rune here, and he'll force the DD to be picked up. Now, thanks to Always Want to Fly being here, they have a small chance to be able to win this fight, especially with the boat coming in. Immersion's going to be pulled back into it. Managed to time the spike carapace to turn that boat damage, but it's not enough to live. Is it enough for no one to be able to get this kill? Slow down, Always Want to Fly, just doing everything he can. The smallest Icarus dive to get that movement speed slow onto no one. Now he's got to make sure that he can actually get out. He does die here, but ultimately he did save his mid from going down. Well worth it.
Yeah, definitely. Nice little plays for sure. Stop. All right. Yeah, looks like we had some action happen up there too. Dream getting pressured, and this is scary already. The Ursa is getting slowed down. There's already a book 1 on general. His most comfortable hero, this Beastmaster, level 6.
Under attack.
Underlord is not able to slow down Morphin at all. B-Tune is having a completely free game. There's already a big concern. It's Navi with the better win condition in the later stages is really leading this early game already. As Monaco, see you later.
Can't tell you, Fox, how much I loathe Necrobook as an item right now. But, you can kind of see why it does so much damage. They're able to put the pressure on Dream without Primal Roar. He's got 2 levels above the Ursa now with that Necrobook. A lane that Dream no longer inhabit. They've just got to abandon this top lane. They don't even have a support that really can take that lane for him, just because Jakiro, pre-level 6, can't really do a whole lot about a Beastman. You get Macro Pyre, you can throw that out and keep your distance, but Dual Breath will not allow you to actually stay in that lane by itself. So.
No, they have to send the Underlord. If they want to try to hang onto that tower, send Underlord and have a TP rotation from the puck at the ready. Otherwise, sack the tower, because you are going to feed anyone else who goes under it. This Beastmaster and Earthshaker have gotten way too much. Roger has Arcane Boots because he got First Blood, which is blessing. You never really get those unless you do get that First Blood for the most part. So yeah, this is going to be problematic. So now Dream's map is going to start shrinking really quickly. So it honestly might be the best move to send the Underlord up there. I don't know if they want to start losing towers this early of a time.
Yeah, no, I gotta agree. I'm not sure how happy the Ursa will be switching lanes and playing against the Morphling, but quite frankly, you're going to be losing the tower if you don't. There's no way Dream or Snake or the combined power of the two could possibly stop this.
Are fortified.
Okay, they're gonna instead make their own push rather than setting up there. They don't see where Iceberg is, so I think that's where Afterlife Underlord is a bit scared to actually go up and defend. If there's 3 heroes there, he just dies as well, so they're gonna make their own push play to try to get something out of that map movement. But they're not killing it fast. In general, take the top tower with ease. I think he can even defend mid and set up too.
Once again, making the spike carapace play, returning some damage onto Iceberg. Iceberg is doing nicely though, in order to clean hit. So they take a bit of damage on that mid tower, but the entire top tower is wiped away, and the Siege Wagon is still very much alive. So that threat is still there, potentially doing some good amount of damage as well. Something that ASM Gambit is going to have to find a way to address
middle
it.
tower is under attack.
Big concerns. I'm already. If I was in their shoes, I'd already be sweating.
Yeah.
Morphling just not pressured, and you don't have ways to pressure him. You're killing Phoenix a bunch, which is great. You're getting these Always Want to Fly kills. Should go down. Yep. But you're not slowing down Morphling. And your Ursa is being significantly slowed down. Like, great, 3 deaths. They've got those 3 kills, but they don't do anything for them. They're getting earn charges for no one, which is great for him, but that's just about it.
5-3, a 3,000 net worth lead this early, and we aren't even like seeing the Beastmaster fully in swing yet. Once he gets Necro 3 and like is taking out that mid tower, like that's where you really start getting a huge net worth lead, because then you've got a giant map control as well. So all your cores are farming 2-1.
They can just shrink the map completely. I feel like VTune can solo pressure bottom as Morph while his 4 teammates pressure mid, and you force this hand of Vance and Monaco. Like, what are they supposed to do in that situation? You have to fight. It's kind of scary in this book right now.
Yep.
But I think it's the best solution that they have to do. They have to park this Underlord in the mid lane. If they lose this mid tower in the next few minutes, there's going to be no space for Dream to farm this battle period.
Yeah, 100%. It's also the best opportunity for them to be able to create some space for Dream is if they can get into these fights in mid and hold out, especially if they can get a kill out of it. Even better, the boat's going to come in, but that damage reduction, it's not going to be good enough. Iceberg goes down, it does do a little bit back to no one, but not worth talking about. So that is a really good start. They do have to worry about bottom. Push from B.
Yep, thought to send one down there, but just keep this Underlord, keep the puck in the mid lane for the most part for these next few minutes. Just keep slowing down that push, keep slowing down General as well as Iceberg. And Iceberg, he has to be more careful how he steps up and always want to fly as well.
Okay, gets off the Supernova. The Fisher is going to be able to get in front of Immersion, and he will go down.
Close.
Yeah, nice rebuttal there, but that a lot of damage. If anything, I might actually Gambit, who take the mid tower first if they can hold off defense. Navi continuing to try and work heroes around the map. Opening found. Dream really wasn't showing himself a whole lot. He was playing the jungle for the most part, but General still finds it.
Just the general Beastmaster things. Looks like he tried the man fight versus that Necro Warrior, and he just gets forward and turned on. General, as you know, actually we've gotten to cast a lot of these Navi games where he just stands on those high grounds. That looks like it was one of those situations where Ursa just walked into books and completely demolished.
Yeah, and quite frankly, I think there's a huge difference in the power spike of the Beastmaster doing the same play where he kind of like sits on high grounds and just says, I own this area, because it's not just the Primal Roar stun, right? But it's also the aura that he gives his Necronomicon minions. So much stronger than Enigma
Radiant's
that we saw
middle
him
tower
playing
has
as
been
style.
Absolutely. Again, I mean, always they really want to just kill, always want to fly. This time they'll get him again. So that's the 4th death. 4 out of 5 have been him.
You fools! You're following right into always want to die's trap card.
Radiant's bottom
They
tower
really are.
is under attack.
That's the thing, you know. It really is happening as we see General Book 3 is online. So he's looking to set up on mid. Iceberg has to be a little more careful now, though, because he can't be the one actually just walking up to hit this tower. They have to get a flank maneuver on Navi. Otherwise, he can just die. He still is very susceptible to that Firestorm damage as he's very high HP, lots of nukes. So Iceberg has to be a little more cautious with his...
Oh, that Vendetta. It breaks the smoke. Roger knows they're around him somewhere. Actually throws out the Fisher right as he was about to get hit. He's still going to die here, but at least they turn around a good amount of damage. Afterlife, he's going to pull the emergency card here and see if they can actually get out, but no one gets popped. Afterlife, he gets pulled right back by the ex-Iceberg. He was not going to let him get away. And now Navi, they have a chance to just full-on run at the mid-tower and even the odds here.
I feel like I'm just seeing this, like a similar game happen so often lately where it's the trap of this Nyx. People pick Nyx, you get Beastmaster, game feels so damn hard for you to do much. This Book 3, he's spotted for all of his movements, and it just counters it with the overall, the way that you want to play. You want to play as a group unit with Beastmaster, oh my god, they find a beautiful stack. And Nyx hates playing versus those group lineups, so I'm just seeing this several times now in these last few days, and it seems like teams are really starting to figure it out.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Whenever we see this Nyx opener, I always like it when they're banning like Lycan, Beast. Maybe you might have to ban both of them, but definitely.
Now this is a dream.
He just walked into the high ground versus General again.
Yeah. There's no Primal Roar, and yet he's still terrified for his life because the combination of the boars and the purge slow.
Scan comes out. He did get a nice D-ward as well with that Book 3 as soon as it was summoned. So he forces them away. He gets the scan successfully too, so reads the movement. So a nice play there by General as we just see VTune almost double. He's getting close to double the net worth of Ursa. Ursa wants to be playing way ahead of Morphling. This is going to be a looming demise. It's going to hit pretty quickly, I feel like, at this 20-minute mark when Shaker gets this thing too. As VTune, maybe they can get him once.
Silence. They don't have any follow-up. They're going to throw out the coil, but by now he's going to be able to start up his strength morph. You can see him even like baiting them. He's like, go ahead. No, I'm not strength morphing yet. You still have a chance. Look at that. General comes down on the right-hand side. Does manage to catch him in the river here. Slowing down Afterlife with the supernova, trying to keep him in range of the stun. Will manage to hit that one. The big tanky boy of Afterlife does fall. And that is another smoke that goes away here for AS Monaco Gambit.
And that is now a Manta for V2. So, oh my god. Oh, look at this. Highest average deaths. 23rd.
Spartans number 2.
How is PGG still at the top? Dude, PGG, a legend from 10 years ago. Holy crap.
You know, he left his mark, Fogged. Nobody's
that
going to
is
take
very
that away
true.
from him.
I mean, PGG does tend to leave his mark in places that he does. That guy. My man.
A legend in and out of the game.
Yeah. 4K gold lead, but it's starting to feel much more tremendous than that. Just with all these recent fights, there's just no hope for Grace and Monaco to really get any kills on this Morphin. They almost did, but now no one. They even throw the echo on him.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Sitting underneath the Hawk Vision the entire time. They're gonna make a move here, see if they can catch the Kunkka. They're really hoping like somebody is still left in this middle lane.
They have to get the Ursa on him. They have to get the Ursa on him like perfectly as the stun happens. Otherwise, I don't feel like they're gonna have the damage to go through the Kunkka. These are hard kills that they're trying to set up on, which these tanky cores. Maybe Roger, a bit of an easier one if they can set up on him. But no, Roger clears 2 creeps, gets the Blink Dagger, goes and hides himself.
You know, I don't even think, like, you can read AS Monaco Gambit, they kind of understand the position that they're in, and they're trying to make moves. Like, all these aggressive smoke plays, the fact that they took the mid-tower, I feel like they've been making kind of the right read, but they've just been on the back foot, pretty much just for laning phase. Beyond drafts and what they had to
Radiant's bottom
Beastmaster
tower
versus
is under
Ursa
attack.
with an Earthshaker Fisher block. That just kind of set the whole game in its tempo. Monaco Gambit being behind.
Absolutely, but that is what happens when you're playing versus Beastmaster, when you don't have a way to actually address them in lane, right? Like you get deep tower pushes going, and then you get deep wards. You have to watch the movement. So, you know, Navi can pick and choose which battles they always want to do because they're probably seeing these setups happening from AS Monaco. But just it's hard. It really is tough for them right after that laning phase to recover, unless they just have perfect synergy, perfect plays with the puck. All his rotations go successful, but we've seen, you know, a couple of these rotations not go successful for no one, and he still is doing decent as the puck. So if he had a little more success in that early game, he'd be in a much better spot, to actually slow down Morphling.
Gambit, they tried to go for the trade-off there. They were hitting the tier 2 tower. They probably knew what was going on. Classic trade-off. Unfortunately, he couldn't do the damage fast enough to take the tier 2. TPs come in, and Sineko is going to be the victim of that rotation. Now, you can see AS Monaco Gambit are still trying to play like out on the map. But Navi are not really splitting up too much. They know they're around here. They're chasing down. They're going to be able to find both of them here as Immersion's going to be chased out by the Beastmaster. And no one, he's got an orb. He's got a bait him. He might be able to jump away. He does manage to get a little bit farther with the Raining Rift, but they're going to spot him here in a second and chase him down with the Sun Ray. That is going to burn to a crisp 7,000 net worth lead now. Navi continue just to make no mistakes.
Yeah, Swoop swings around the map. You can see that AS Monaco is getting desperate, you know, trying to find any ways to make space so that Ursa can get his farm online. Look at the positioning of where they just were. I think that says everything about the state of the game. They're between the tier 2 and tier 3, just cutting creep waves. And they're the dire team, by the way, right? So it says everything about how they feel about the game, where Ursa's just nowhere near ready to fight, and they're just forcing Navi's movements at least a bit around so they can get some space.
And part of that is, again, the Beastmaster.
Is under attack.
Right? They have to play so aggressively. If they play on their own side of map, they're just going to get hunted down like this and lose even more maps. It's just not going to have any space. Afterlife, he's certainly going to die here. They're still chasing up on Dream. Roger throws the Fisher. Wrong direction there.
Navi got too much that they're comfortable with, honestly. Like after like the laning phase goes, now they're just in cruise control. They're playing a general Beastmaster game. They have V-Tune on his most comfortable Morphling. So Nako's gonna just die over here on the side. It's a lot of heroes that they're just super comfortable with getting, and they got all of them. Like even the Phoenix don't always want to fly, even though he's died. No, these are just heroes that they're used to playing the game state. Iceberg. BKB is forced, but he's fine.
20-minute bounty runes coming up as well,
Radiant's
which
bottom tower
at least
is
Gambit's still
under
hold
attack.
enough to be able to get 2 of them.
Interesting build that he is going for on no one. It's just a straight E-Blade on Puck. I've not seen that yet.
Yeah, that is.
I've seen the Witch's Blades, the Blinks, the Ags, like everything on the sun, but not this.
Do you think that's just specifically against a Morphling? He's trying to just up the burst damage, or?
I guess so. Yeah, I don't know what else it would be. Just the thing is that it's into like the Manta and all that, so he's gonna be able to dispel it too. So. Okay, JJ was just saying that Thompson did do it yesterday too, so I guess a couple people have been maybe experimenting with it just because E-Blade is such a good item in these mid laners now. So yeah, it's gonna be the same build that Thompson did with E-Blade into Octarine.
Well, V-Tune. Gonna start marching down. When you are in a lead like this, you got the Aegis, very common just to make this move of taking both of the off-lane towers. That'll take wrestle control over the triangle pretty easily, plus it's just a bunch of gold
Dire's bottom
left
tower
there.
is under attack.
Yep. And of course,
Radiant's
I didn't get that to point that out, but he
middle tower
actually
is
also found another shawl, like he
Radiant
always does on these
structures
Morphlings.
are
You know, versus Puck, pretty thankful. Nice little spell. Slow resist. They even a boost for his shotgun
Radiant's
too.
top
Best
tower
item you
is
can
under
get.
attack.
Will push the teams back from their respective attacks on the tier 2 towers. The difference is Navi, they're able to cut the mid lane, keep that
Dire
pushed in
are
as
scanning.
well, so they're
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
trying to make a move here.
Radiant's top tower
Yeah, they still have
is
some
under
time on their
attack.
Aegis, so they're looking to force this fight. Book is going to be down for about 10 more seconds. And the Hawk, oh god, it's scouting. It's these both
Dire's bottom
supports.
tower has fallen.
They're claiming the high ground, looking for a wraparound as well with the Kunkka.
Goes out, lead off on the Nyx Assassin, not letting him get a chance to get off the spike carapace, but they also want the extra kill in Sineko, so the cores are saying, you guys got the Nyx Assassin, right? I'm gonna go ahead and run down Sineko here, run down the captain. They is Monaco
Radiant's
Gambit.
top tower is under attack.
And did they get both? They did get both. Right.
They will.
Finally cleaned them up with it.
Power of Hawk when you're ahead. You sure there's, you know, they might be
Radiant's top
dewarding some of
tower
these
is under
wards, but the
attack.
Hawk is always going to give us some extra information. Aegis gets reclaimed, but good swing around the map to push ASM Monaco back to their base. And General's even going for a Shadow Blade, so even more hunting. I think he's really starting to notice. No way that ASM Monaco tries to fight us ever again. They're going to split push for the rest of the game. So he's on hunt.
All right, well, we've got the E-Blade up, so time for full-on shotgun Morphling. And if somehow this game stretches on another 15 minutes,
Dire's
well,
middle
V-Tune's
tower
got
is
his
under
plan
attack.
B, which is turning to the Earthshaker with the Aghanim Scepter. So there's going to be no moment of weakness for this Morphling. You continue to get stronger and stronger.
Dire's top tower
Yeah, that's
is
why
under
they ended the
attack.
draft with it. You know, that's that super win condition where he has a good game and then he just gets even stronger and even stronger as we just saw displayed by, Southeast Asia mostly. Earthshaker, Morphling. In the past, ridiculous. Now, even more ridiculous somehow with the Shard.
Yeah. They really gotta take that shard out. It's no one is gonna die here. You really gotta make it so the shard is the Fissure does not have
Dire's top
aftershock
tower
attack.
is under attack. Dire's top
wait,
tower
Make it so you
is
have to
fallen.
stand on the fissure at least or something. Like the
Yeah.
fact that you can just cast spells away from it. There's just so many different little things that make it a little bit too ridiculous.
Dream. Now there are 3 heroes here. They can kind of collapse on Navi, but there is of course that outpost, which they're gonna try and take here. The defense has already rotated in. He's gonna TP on in. See if they can finish off all this butterfly. They can. Supernova's gonna go down. They go for the attempt at an Uber out, but that's gonna be denied by extra. So Yeah, instead of a sandwich, they end up getting obliterated, and now they're very likely. I mean, Fox, I don't really know what else they can do with this.
Dire's middle
Quite
tower
frankly,
is
I
under
don't think
attack.
there's a winning point.
I don't think there's been a winning point for a very long time, right? I don't think they've gotten a... When was the last time they even got a kill? The last time they got a kill was at like the 14-minute mark. It's been 10 minutes of absolute devastation. It's just been Navi across the board doing everything. They've gotten 2 towers in the last 10 minutes, and that's it on the side of ASM Monaco. It's just been Navi dictating the pace, doing everything right, and yeah, ASM Monaco just has to watch themselves kind of crash and burn out of this game until the next one. It's irrecoverable with an Ursa versus some Morphling when you get this.
So they're pretty much banking on some extreme throws and somehow pushing this to some sort of super late game scenario where Puck and Ursa are down on items. I don't even know. They're going to go for a smoke here. See if they can just outnumber Navi and win engagements that way. Always want to fly. A bit of deja vu. We're going to watch him receive the full brunt of AS Monaco's frustration and anger.
5 of the 7 deaths doing his job. They did try to make a move while those ultis were on cooldown. So Phoenix Egg and that Earthshaker Echo were down. So tried to make their move out. They catch, unfortunately, just the 5 position. So not getting a bigger kill. So it seems like this is the story of the game. You know, killing the 5 position. Phoenix not able to get much else as Navi always seems to read the plays. And yeah, that Aghanim's about to be done for V-Tune already. So it's going to be a lower level of Enchant Totem, but okay. Going to be able to hop and skip around. I say that, but it's actually level 3. Just kidding. It's actually level 13 already.
Rogers. Part of a number. E-Blade starting things off. We'll just try and force the BKB usage here. They will. Iceberg's going to turn around, see if he can catch somebody. Pulls back Immersion. The rest of his team not fully ready to go for that fight, and it's unnecessary after all. Up, so they can just play.
The fun beginning. Ags Morphling. Doesn't have the shard himself, so you know we're not going to see the aftershock thing just yet, but that's probably coming just next, unless they just kill everybody on the side of it. Would you do that right after this fight, which is also very likely.
All right, Fog. How does AS Monaco Gambit win a fight? What does that look like, even?
Okay, let's see. Let me look at this. I'm just like, how can they? I just don't know how they kill Morphling. I really just don't know. I'm killing him twice.
I don't know how they killed Hunka either.
Yeah, I don't know how they kill the cores.
All right, well, he's got the still got the Earthshaker form, so he can still kind of run them down. If anybody is spotted here, which they will, General's going to go ahead and spot him. They're going to try and blow up General as quick as he can, but a BKB from him, and so, okay, they're going to try and get out. They're going to leave Staneko behind. They don't even try and play near the cliff to grab him. They just immediately run as far away to the left, away from Navi. Immersion is going to find his small opening here on Always One Fly, which he may actually survive through. The E-Blade shot goes out. Mister is going to be stopped by Dual Scepter from Immersion, but he's going to go back to his doom. Now the Supernova is going to go out. Dream. Wow, that one shot just took a quarter of his health. That's the Enchant Totem hit.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well, that's Ursa's BKB. He doesn't have his basher yet, so he doesn't have a hope of actually fighting versus the Morphling. And yeah, we're going to watch Staneko just get ditched again.
But they could have played on the outpost if they wanted and tried to save him, but no.
Dire's
I'm scared of the X plays all the time, since like every Underlord Rift is an X back. I think Asper's like, please no.
Dire's middle barracks is falling.
Well, Iceberg gets a little low, but they do take the melee barracks. Still got another 3 minutes to go with the Aegis. No one's just desperately trying to cut creep ways to stop this push.
They're hunting for him though. Scans out General. He's got that Shadow Blade. That's why he bought it.
Up on the high ground. Waiting for a TP. Or top of the Primal Roar. Now we've got
monster kill.
And
every single time, Fox, I get that song, Jump Around. It goes in my head whenever I see this Morphling or Shaker. And hey, guess what? He's been X, so he can go ahead and be right back here to this mid lane. Bada bing, bada boom. That's a godlike streak.
couldn't set up a better game for him. Like I
Radiant's
said,
bottom
it really
tower
is just
under
cruise control.
attack.
It's some of the most comfortable heroes Navi has, and it's an excellent Morphling game, and they've executed. They've given like no hope to ASM Monaco to come back, and they even kill off the Basher, which maybe was a little hope for Dream to chain bash the Morphling in a situation. Not even gonna be able to do that.
Dire's bottom tower.
You know what? Good on AS Monaco Gambit for playing it out. Yep. They
Dire's bottom
I like again. I literally can't see a way for them to like win this game that borderlines in like the realms of reality. You know, like I feel like for them to come back in this game, it would have to really silly
Radiant's
shenanigans.
courier
But
has been killed.
yeah, God bless them, they're here and they're playing Dota and they're hoping Navi will throw. But Navi been slow, methodical, and very controlled in their play.
Which Navi has done a lot of the games that I've gotten to see with them. We've had like I think 2 games where Navi wasn't as disciplined as normal, and they see you later to immersion quickly. A 1-shot coming up from the Morphin. Look how much gold V2 gets for that. 417 when they're 24k ahead on a solo. Solo kills just I don't know. There's some weird stuff with solo kills like the gold
is under
kills.
attack.
Again,
The hunt
they hunt.
continues. This time it's going to be the bear that gets poked.
And yeah, you're right. Big testament to ASM Monaco Gambit for staying in the game. This is starting to get pretty brutal. Look at this. Oh, that actually looks so cool.
Ballerina, little pirouette through the air as he starts dunking on fools. Iceberg goes ahead and shows off, and he can get solo kills as well. Hello, B-Tune. Goodbye, everybody. Pretty much on the side of AS Monaco Gambit. Say, go ahead. Call it. Yeah.